So, coach, so what are you anticipating from today's match, Oliver?
We are looking positive, and all the boys, staff, teams, everybody is very good in mood. So they are all excited, and we had a good preparation. So we are looking positive out of this event.
Talking about preparation, coach did mention that you have been practicing for 6 weeks. So, how are you trusting your players to do well, get victory today?
Well, I think we are well prepared, and some of our players coming from injuries, and some of our players coming from our ex-players coming from national Australia. And so in overall, we have a good set of a team, and we are very positive. We will make sure that whatever we display, because this is our last game, and we make sure that we will display our energy, and hope to have a positive result.
Yes, thank you so much, coach. Best of luck for the match.
Thank you.
Good afternoon. I'm here with the head coach of Team Brunei, Mr. Fabius. So, coach, you're facing Bhutan for the second time, and you already won in the first match. So, what are you anticipating from today's match?
Yes, good afternoon. We're expecting a tough game. Will not be easy, even though the game that we play home, the time when we won the game, it's a competitive game. We are deserve that time to win, but also Bhutan did a good game, and it's what we expect today. This will be a tough game for both sides.
Great. So in the pre-match press, coach did mention that you will be focusing on what Bhutan is in their strength and avoid those things. So do you think that is going to be successful today with the team?
I hope that we can, what we plan during this preparation period, we can do it today on the ground. Of course, there's another side. Also, they want to win the game. I hope that I am sure that the game will be a very tough and very competitive game. So I hope that all our plans can be done.
Great. Thank you, coach. Best of luck for the match ahead.
Thank you so much.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to Guwahati at the Indira Gandhi Athletic Stadium, where Bhutan will take on Brunei tonight in the AFC Asian Cup 2027 qualifiers. A match at this point which may not decide qualification, but it still carries real significance for both sides. Bhutan is with a challenging campaign. Results haven't quite gone their way and goals have been hard to come by. So far throughout the entire campaign, we only have 2 goals, which came one of them earlier against the face-off against Brunei, a goal from Daotsing Jr., a consolation against the unfortunate own goal that handed over Brunei their victory. But at this point, we have to understand that Bhutan, our team, is a team that is trying to build, trying to grow, and trying to turn performances into something more tangible. These two sides have already met once before, and it was Brunei, as I said, who came away with a 2-1 win. But for
Ladies and
Bhutan, that result
gentlemen,
still feels
most
like one that
awaited
got
moment
away.
of the
A
evening.
moment at the back,
Please welcome the
misjudged
teams
clearance, and
of
suddenly the
Bhutan
game
and
turned.
Brunei.
And tonight offers a chance to respond, to show that they've learned from that experience. And a main reason why we have our fans today, there is a big boost indeed, which I will share later.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you're able to, please stand now for the national anthem of Brunei.
Well, in the Quagelo, indeed, as we do see a heartwarming sight, a couple of Bhutanese fans representing the entire nation down in the land of Guwahati, as here is the lineups for Bhutan today. Zangpo, Gelson Zangpo on goal at 20, Sherp Doji, number 3. Then the Nobu back from Australia, number 4. Fantastic performances in the rundown in Doha. Ishi Gelson, number 2, Nimong Di. 15, Organ Sitting is back at number 10, Chitanamge 16, starting this time, alongside Jimmy Situm as well, 22. Dautring, as expected, is back on the wing. And the return of Tenchi Gelson, the number 7 for the Dragons. Also, we have King Awangcho in 11, rounding out the starting squad for the Bhutanese side. A couple of interesting returns, a couple of interesting faces, plenty of interesting faces in the bench as well for this Bhutan team. While here is the squad for Brunei. Yerigami, number 1. Mirikwan Muhammad, number 5. Wafi Aminuddin, number 6. Hibatu Rahman, 14. Hanif Hamid, 22. Hanif Farhan, 4. Haris Haman, 16. Nur Asirafi Fami, 17. Haris Daniel, number 9. Akimi Yazid, 10. And Ismai at number 8. So far, a pretty strong contention from the side of Brunei. Just a fun fact, Brunei is one of the easier matchups that we could possibly imagine to have. The country is smaller than us, their population is pretty much about 2/3 of ours, and despite that, they are currently ranked about 10 spots above Bhutan in the FIFA rankings. But at the same time, this is one of the closest matches we have on our side today. There is the lineup for Brunei. If you guys didn't follow along, we did already face off against them once already. We played that match down in the Middle East, and it was an unfortunate 2-1 loss. Could have been a draw, could have been a win, but the story was as unfolded. Unfortunate clearance from the back line, goalkeeper misjudged that clearance, goal went in, and Bhutan on the back foot. A scramble towards the end in the 92nd minute. Heroics from Dautring gave us one of the only 2 goals for Bhutan in this campaign so far. But we are seeing key changes. We did see 3 call-ups, I believe, from Australia. This time we are seeing only 1. Tenzin Norbuf, brilliant defending on his side in the matchups against Yemen and Lebanon. Multiple goal line clearances from his side. Hopefully we will see the same effort from him. We did see a goalkeeper being called from Australia. This time, alongside him, Topke has also departed. Kamasichim has also departed for Australia. So we are seeing Gelson Zangpo back in his spot as the starting goalkeeper for the Bhutan side. A couple of faces, a couple of popular names are on the bench, as there is Brunei. A bit too ambitious at kickoff, and the possession is back with Bhutan. It has been a while since we have had an international campaign. We have been entertained with our under-23s and the under-20s who have currently made it to the semi-finals, so do check it out. They have their match against India coming up. A brilliant victory, 1-0 against Sri Lanka, giving them the spot in the SAF tournament. The under-23s, not quite the result we expected, but still a fantastic fight against the giants of India and Tajikistan nonetheless. So far, Bhutan looking pretty promising. Skill-wise, Brunei's players are definitely gifted and definitely given the attachment to the sport of football. We are one of the most technically capable people amongst the ladder of the FIFA rankings where we stand right now. Our only problem so far have been our composure. So a slight bit of hard work in terms of possession will be all that we ask of our players today. We know that if they have the ball on their feet, it will be multiple promising builds-up, multiple brilliant attempts from our players. Our only difficulty so far being passes being sent forward. in the Middle East campaign, in the campaign in Doha, Bhutan did have plenty of trouble, plenty of scoring droughts, given the lack of presence in the forward position. We are seeing our legend return. He has shown incredible form. St. Gelson, number 7, did carry Thimphu FC, the Thunderbolts, back to their rightful place in the BOB Bhutan Premier League, topped the qualifiers in fact. And he did have plenty of contributions, 2 brilliant free kicks, which you might have seen on social media if you do follow the legend himself. Multiple other goals as well, alongside his brilliant partnership with Neo, who we did see hired as the strength and conditioning coach. So kudos to him for still being in tip-top form. So far, solid fight by our Dragons. It is still inside the first 3 minutes. But no shakiness from our players, a solid defending. We are seeing a couple of promising players on the bench. Zampo, I believe, was not starting. St. Gelson in his spot up front. Kinga there as well, Daud on the left. Promising lineup up front for Bhutan. After the brutal exchanges in the first couple of minutes, BRUNEI finally deciding to catch their breath as that first mistake comes in. It is St. Gelson, right foot intercepted. Early opportunity from Bhutan, capitalizing on that missed pass from the side of BRUNEI. They are equally panicking as much as Bhutan is. Brilliant composure. The first high ball in a while sent through from Bhutan. Brilliant pass. King Owachu sends it off to the right. Cross goes in, intercepted by the defender. Not enough. Close calls building up, and so far for our dear countrymen, it is looking like a good sign of all that is to come. Definitely one of the best starts we've seen from the national squad in a while. It was a ruthless barrage of goals early on for the Bhutanese side in their campaign in Doha. It did end up conceding quite a lot, and that pressure started early on. But this time, with a couple of key changes in the roster, it seems like Bhutan is finally able to put up a fight. There is St. Gelson up front. Despite coming off of a critical ACL injury, he has been the living definition of class is always permanent. Still plenty more to go. Brilliant promise from our Dragons. As we are saved with a goal kick. There is Kelson Zangpo. Brilliant goalkeepers. We do have a very young core in this year's squad. I believe 9 of them participated in the under-23 campaign in Arunachal against India and Tajikistan. Well, it is sad that most of our talents did go ahead to Australia, but we do have plenty of firepower more left here in Bhutan, which we are utilizing right now. I did see a couple of predictions for the starting lineup that will be fielded today. So do let me know if your predictions were on the spot. Gelsen, as expected, up front, Dawsring and Kingonchu on the flanks. The midfield and defenders might have been a pleasant surprise for some of our audience, as there was an opportunity to make something happen. Thrown away, it will be possession for BRUNEI. Solid start so far, early on in their earlier campaigns against Lebanon and Yemen. An issue was that our players overworked themselves way too hard, way too early, and in the crucial last couple of minutes, when their effort mattered, they ended up running out of energy and came back to bite us where it hurt the most. But this time, about 10 minutes into the first half, Bhutan definitely looking like the stronger team. Brilliant through ball, has that left foot shot, goes in off that goalkeeper. First close goal from Gelsen. Brilliant build up down that left flank. Sent right in, foot extended. Ladies and gentlemen, I do not know what you were expecting from this match, but it definitely seems like something interesting is definitely brewing. As this is the first corner. Played a bit far behind, easy save there for the goalkeeper. Our OG definitely showing his class on that field. Brilliant connection from that left flank. It is brilliant promise we are seeing from our senior squad this time around. So far, it has always been the youngsters that have played the best football from our national squad. But finally, our senior squad proving their worth. It is Gelsen. Pass played left. Dawsring has that power on his foot, cuts back again, all alone. Cross played inside, too far back. It is still Bhutan. Gelsen, right foot shot nowhere near the post. Flashbacks of Dawsring's early goal against the same team. In fact, multiple cutbacks, set himself up for that right foot, gave us that goal in the 92nd minute. Similar flair, but it is simply our players being a bit too excited. This is still very, very early. Bhutan playing beautiful football. And definitely, I can assume that our fans are all smiles right now. BRUNEI, one of their first clean possessions in a while. A bit too hard on that challenge, and it will be a free kick. There is Ogyonwanchu, back from Bangladesh, and just play for the police side. Brilliant challenge. But a bit too early for too much physicality. Ladies and gentlemen, my sincerest apologies. At first, we did have our internet get cut off here at Guwahati, and after that, the mic did not work. But it finally seems like we are back for action. Luckily, we did not miss that much, as Bhutan is still putting up a solid fight. Multiple close calls against the Brunei side today. Also, again, my sincerest apologies. I was talking, but it seems like the mic was cut off for a couple of minutes. So, well, that happened, and now that that is behind us, we are fully back into the immersion of this brilliant fight, as there is that late challenge. Defender down in the back, Babila heading over, the referee heading over. And it is the first card of this match. The challenge is against Tenzin Norbu. This time I believe our only call-up from Australia. Last time in the Middle East we did have multiple. Lucky for us, Tenzin Norbu does seem to be okay. In one of the matches early on, we did see him go down after a muscle pull. And that second half was very grueling to watch indeed. But seems like the players are okay this time. It is a venue much closer to home, although it is not Changlimetang. A much needed water break for our players. The coaching staff does manage to get a cheeky bit of insight out through our players. There is Ogewanchu alongside after that man down, both sides taking a moment to settle again. Bhutan definitely had the upper hand in the first half an hour. But as of this moment, not a lot between the two teams right now. There is Babila. Solid backline for Bhutan with the addition of Tenzin Norbu alongside our local talents. Brunei finally looking alive, as they are slowly creeping their positions up front to our goalpost. Brunei baiting our front line, but so far no success. Bhutan is playing patiently. They seem to have learned from their earlier international campaigns. There is Setu Namgyal. Definitely a surprise in the starting lineup For most of our audience, we're expecting a couple of other players. Vampire not on the starting lineup. If you do follow the Bhutan Football Federation page, I don't know if it was a mistake, but someone saw the captain for Tensum was listed as a forward. But it seems he seems to have been registered as a defender. What was that? Bhutan definitely played the better football, but a nonchalant right foot gives Brunei the lead. There was Pebila. Was not expecting the bar on that shot, and it served around the defender and the goalkeeper as well.
Goal for Team Brunei, scored by
Kelson Zangpo
10,
left mouth agape at that shot. Blessed by the woodwork. And Bhutan suddenly on the back foot. Surprise, surprise indeed for the Brunei squad from the side of Brunei. Completely not expecting that shot whatsoever. Went past everyone. But as we all know, Bhutan definitely loves a comeback story. Until and unless we concede this goal, it has been a solid story throughout that our goalkeepers and our players do not play their fullest until we concede. So hopefully that storyline continues today, and now finally being on the back foot, hopefully we see our players awaken. It was definitely a slip up from the side of our players. But we do have that man up front, shot sent with that right foot, St. Kelson, not quite enough bar. And elevation on that shot, easy save there. St. Kelson definitely contributing the most for the growth of Bhutanese football. Is making his return as the veteran presence and the quality we are lacking on the front lines. But if as fans of Bhutanese football we can't place our trust in the players that are being fielded today, then we can't expect anyone else to step up on their place, on their behalf. There was that unfortunate shot from the side of Brunei. Wide open on the right, no chance there for Gelson Zangpo. But what happened. Let's put it behind us and let's look forward to better football from our squad. The Dragons this time around, definitely one of the better teams we are fielding. Although we are lacking quite a bit of players, as there is that open run again, cross-played inside, this time flicked back. Brilliant. Possession still alive in midfield. Brilliant timing on that challenge down left. However, it will be a throw-in for Brunei. We are still only at the half an hour mark. We have plenty more chances for our Dragons to work with. Sheptoji. Brilliant, brilliant press there. Brunei finally with the confidence to push things forward. It is still noble. So far, Bhutan is showing quite a bit of confidence on their short passings. It is a sight we rarely get to see. More often than not, we see Hail Marys being shot out, cannons, from the back line up front, hoping that someone gets at the end of it. But this time, Bhutan definitely showing promise, finally showing the capacity they have. It is typically the composure aspect that our Dragons need to work with. But so far so good, as it has been handed over to Brunei for a throw-in. Pass, send out right. Has the runner King Owachu. Not quite enough. Bhutan finally on the offensive after a long while. High press there coming from the side of Bhutan. Does not quite manage to get anything out of it. Brunei at this point in time has a comfortable lead. Bhutan looking very distant from a goal of our own. They don't need to force things at this point, and Brunei will continue to keep possession in the back line. Brunei definitely compact defending from their side. Not quite enough space for even the ball to thread through. But it is one back, brilliant defending there. The Dragons did start off strong, but not finding a lot of rhythm in the game right now. After that surprise goal from Brunei, the Dragons definitely have difficulty finding an answer of their own. Ball flicked up to the left, it is recovered by Brunei. Cross, played inside. Header from Babila deflected off of the forward, and it has been called for a goal kick. A bit short on that touch from Nimong Dichutur. Could have been a costly possession, but he is saved by his centre-back partners. And Bhutan finally taking the ball up front, looking like a promising run. It is the loosest Brunei's defense has been in the past couple of minutes. Tawa has that one-on-one left foot, cross into gets an header! Off that crossbar, and no shortage of expectations from the legend. Bhutan is back in this game. So many questions, only one answer. Saint Gelton with the header, putting Bhutan back in this match, level at 1-1 against Brunei, and it is still up the 14th minute. Plenty more time to go. Brilliant left foot from Tao. Sets up Saint Gelton perfectly. And there is the answers you guys were looking for. There will be misses, we know. There will be risks taken, we know. But at the same time, there will be moments where we are gifted blessings by the number 7. Coming off of a brilliant run in the qualifiers, Saint Gelton picking up right where he left off. And Bhutan finally back in the game. Brilliant header off to that left. It is a race for the horses. Tucking goes down. Despite conceding that early goal, this is the best football Bhutan, the senior Dragons, have played in a long while. The boys are looking composed. Bimla, the tallest at the back. We saw his brilliant run with RTC. We are seeing his full potential on the back. That goal earlier, although it was on him, it was the best he could have done. 9 times out of 10, if that possession was replayed, Bibla would have definitely made that stop, but it was that unfortunate one unlucky possession that did cost us that one. But there is Saint Gelton right at the other end, putting Bhutan back on the map and putting the Dragons back in this match. Brunei, the score. Brilliant bit of flair there from Brunei. There, but he is knocked down, a bit of a late challenge, and it will be possession for Brunei. Brilliant bit of skill there, finally knocked down by Ogan. Deflection, brilliant read on that trajectory, and it will be a throw-in. Still a bit more to go inside this half. Possession one back. Frequent changes in possession. Bhutan playing their level best. So is Brunei. This time opportunity down that left flank. A bit too ambitious. Chitur sends it to the midfield. Gets it back. Chitur off to the middle. Tawa. Plenty of space in midfield to work with. It is Daotsering sent out on that run on that left flank. A bit too forward. And it will be a throw-in for Brunei. Again, not much time left for the first half. Ball sent out low. Possession won back by the Dragons in midfield. Brilliant ball. Sets up the run on that right flank. Chutar on that recovery. Ball sent out long again. It is a header! Close goal there. A bit too off target, but brilliant opportunity presented towards St. Gilson again. There was that cross, brilliant from Jimmy Sittim. St. Gilson, brilliant positioning to stay on side. Brunei. Bhutan's zone discipline definitely looking sharpest. Not many angles for a pass. They do manage to thread one in through. It is Brunei in midfield, forced to send it back. Solid pressure from Bhutan. Accurate cannon off to that left flank for Brunei. It is a one-on-one against shot again. This time Gelson Zangpo. No mistake on that. Fully expected that gap. Baited that shot. It will be possession for the Dragons again. Ball recovered. It is King Onchu, sent off. Dawa cuts back, left foot deflected. Had the goalkeeper scrambling. Fortunate for Brunei, the shot was sent way beyond the goalpost, but it will be a corner. Brilliant heroic so far from Dawa. Close call there on that left foot. Deflection got there right in time. But in the dying minutes of the first half, it will be a corner played for the Dragons. Brunei fully expecting something from Bhutan. It is Gelson again! The second for Bhutan, the second for the number 7. Phenomenal return from the legend. After that shaky start, Bhutan's top scorer is back in form. He is the piece we have been missing. And what could be a more decisive statement than 2 goals in the first half? No chance for the defenders on that aerial battle. It is RCG7 to bring Bhutan back from the ashes and up 2-1. A complete shift in momentum back towards the Dragons' side. After that brilliant start, Bhutan did have a bit of difficulty in the middle after conceding that unexpected goal. But it was a thing of the past indeed as Bhutan clawed back with 2 more. St. Gelson, not only is his skill set and pace and positioning the only component we missed, his presence alone is in a different class of his own. All the other players seems to be performing astonishingly well. Bhutan finally sensing glory after a long drought. In the last 5 games, Bhutan has won none internationally. Brunei, on the other hand, their only win in their last 5 games coming off against that 2-1 win against our own Dragons. Bhutan looking to rewrite our story. St. Gelson was deflected, and it will be a throw-in for the Dragons in quite deep enemy territory. Pass played short. A Chutter. Opportunity to make something happen. The captain pass gets right through the middle. It is St. Gelson. Had no space to make a run. Screened off by that defender, and it will be BRUNEI. Facing immense pressure from our forwards, and there is the whistle to signal the end for the first half. With the return of St. Gelson, Bhutan did have lots of expectations coming into this match, and no question has been left unanswered.
Ladies and
Solid
gentlemen,
statement
the
as
halftime
Bhutan
score
at
is
the halftime
Bhutan
mark is
2
up
and
against
Brunei
Brunei's
1.
lone goal that did come by the way of an unfortunate, unexpected attempt, taking Babila and Gansazongpo completely off guard. There was that shot again. Unfortunate there, we can't blame it on our boys. They did manage to save that second attempt. So it is looking like a strong run right now. There was that brilliant finish from St. Gelson, had one more. Completely undefeated in the aerial battle right now. 2 of 3 in the settings, I believe, in this match. Unbelievable success rate. Hopefully he will carry it through to the second half. But until then, this was your commentator, Gundesh Tochi. Ladies and gentlemen, do stay tuned as this is becoming a story for the ages to come. Ladies and gentlemen, Kuzangpo, and welcome back again to Guwahati, where Bhutan is currently solidly on the front line, leading against Brunei 2-1. So far, Bhutan is looking quite promising. The short passes definitely connecting, short passes definitely seeming to be something that Bhutan can adopt as a proper play style. Early on, our Dragons simply sent balls out front, hoping for someone to be on the end of it, but this time the coaching plan seems to be working. Bhutan is up to with the fantastic heroics from Tenji Gelson. Also, I did see a comment about Tenji Gelson's goals, but I do believe that right now it was his international goal number 14 and 15, as per the records that I have. Simply expanding on his lead as Bhutan's top scorer right now. So many questions thrown, but two simple answers from the man up front as we are back underway in the second half. So far, Brunei is with 3 points. Bhutan is at 1. Bhutan may have the chance to overtake Brunei, but nonetheless, the results will not matter as Lebanon and Yemen are way up front. Are the two teams in the bottom, which are us and Brunei. So, ladies and gentlemen, Pelden Drukpa, indeed, hold your hand on your heart and pray for our boys. So far, they have been playing the best football we have seen in ages. And it has been a sight to see, definitely promised beyond the FIFA rankings that Bhutan currently has, somewhere around the 190s, I believe the 192. No substitution so far from the Brunei side. It is Dawsering. Brilliant touch there from Dawsering, sets the ball for himself, space down middle, Tenji Gelson back to Dawsering, right foot. Not quite enough elevation on that ball, but we did catch a glimpse of that cannon that Dawsering has. We have seen no shortage of his strikes, leaving goalkeepers no chance in the BOB League here in Bhutan. So far, his international career has been taking a hit, however. We do know that he has the potential, but he has been struggling. Playing out of position on the wing, supporting Tenji Gelson this time around, but did manage to get a shot for himself. Tenji Gelson does have both the goals, both coming off of fantastic headers, absolute authority in the air from our number 7. He does stand at a solid 5'8" or 9, which means that his headers are simply that much extraordinary. This time Brunei, however, in their first possession in the second half, does manage to beat that left flank. Ball sent inside Gelson. Zangpo cleared off by Tenzin Norbu. The call-up from Australia proving his worth down in Guwahati, wearing the Dragons jerseys. Solid football from Bhutan so far. Do let us know which players you think have rightfully earned their place in the starting lineup, which players have played exceptionally beyond expectations. In this match, at least, Tenji Gelson is definitely one of them. Had so many questions when that roster for this match was released early on during the time of the qualifiers. Many questions were thrown, especially as an athlete is coming off of an ACL injury. Horses will no longer have that spring in their step, and as such, Tenji Gelson had that many doubts on his shoulder, but 45 minutes, all it took for the legend to answer all the questions. Bhutan, with the veteran presence up front, is also playing to their full potential. Kelson Zangpo. There was that strike earlier from Tawa. Absolute cannon in that right foot. Only one opportunity to use it so far. But there is still the full second half to play with. Brilliant short passes coming the way of Bhutan. Through ball sets up that right interception. Shot off that defender. Does not quite manage to cross that goal line. Left-footed tap in by Darssalam, not quite enough, and it is BRUNEI with the ball in midfield. A bit too hard on that shove, and it will be possession for BRUNEI. And there are two substitutions. Finally coming in, Pema Zangpo, the crowd favorite, is coming in alongside Kinzante Stopten. Jimmy Sitim, fantastic debut. I do believe that second goal was an assist from his side. Brilliant start to his run as a Dragon.
Jimmy Sutrim is replaced by jersey number 18, Kinzam Tashi.
And with that, that should be quite possibly the dream lineup for most of Bhutanese football fans. Vampire back again, donning the number 8. Whatever decisions the coaching staff made for this game, it has definitely worked. Drama erupting again. The under-20s did not miss. The under-23s again did not miss. But this time it is a much smaller scale. Seems to be okay. These players are playing to the fullest of their potentials, and as such their minds will be a bit tired for a normal thought process. BRUNEI. Cross sent inside the penalty area. It is recovered. Bhutan on that run. Sharp denied that possession. Absolute workhorse from Target. Close call there. Inside the box, BRUNEI has the chance to reset. Too many defenders in the way. It is sent up high and finally recovered. Close call there for Bhutan. Vampire. There is the bit of skill we know and love from the number 8. Let's judge that pass a little bit. And it is sent back. No chance there on that left foot. And it will be a goal kick for Bhutan. There was a miss on that challenge by Bibla, just milliseconds off. But luckily for the Dragons, danger averted, and it will be a chance for the coach to get a couple of messages off. There is Darssalam. You can see given a little bit of advice on that wing as a player from BRUNEI is down. Also, the match is being played down in Guwahati. If you may have followed, Chang Limitang was of sorts disqualified from hosting these matches. as the artificial turf was deemed unsafe. And as such, we are having to play outside of our country. We could have had this match in Changlimitang, but it is what it is, as that injury seems to be a bit serious as the stretcher is called in. There was that first goal assist from Dawa finish from Tenji Kelson. There was that second brilliant header, unchallenged in the air. At this point in this match, Brunei will have wanted the full strength of their starters. They do want to claw their way back, although this is a consequences match, especially in the AFC 2027 run, as we have already been knocked out. So have Brunei, but it will be a matter of pride for both countries. They are simply not representing themselves. They have an entire country watching them from home, as we do here in Bhutan. Brilliant challenge there outside the box. Possession almost kept alive, but it has been won back. Fantastic defending on that right field.
Muhammad Nur is replaced by jersey number 50, Muhammad Faturahman.
There is Kelson Zangpo. Bhutan currently facing an exodus of goalkeepers. In that Doha campaign, our first goalkeeper was called up from Australia. A second was Gelson and Topke, who played for Transport. Topke has gone to Australia alongside Kamal Sitim and a couple of others. Even the women's side of football has lost a key player in Chungko. But after seeing the campaigns for the under-23 and the under-20s, we are seeing an influx of brilliant goalkeepers from the younger generations. Locho Nyima is on the bench right now as a backup goalkeeper. And we do have Thor coming in from the younger side. So it will only be a matter of time until we see a fresh set of gloves for the senior squad of the Dragons. Brunei finally finding a little bit of their footing back. Bhutan does manage to win that possession back, but a man is down from the side of Brunei. Vampire. Back-to-back injuries. For Brunei down here in Guwahati. Does seem to be something serious climate-wise. Brunei is very much similar to India, or at least the coastal parts of India. They are very close to sea level as well. Their climate is very much humid, so it is somewhat of a very close feeling to home for the Brunei players. For the Dragons, on the other hand, they are training here in Changlimitang, here in Thimphu. So for them, it will be a bit difficult to adjust to that climate down in Guwahati. So far, they seem like the better conditioned team. Multiple stoppages of play so far. My sincerest prayers that the Dragons do not lose the momentum they have built so far. There was that unfortunate turn of events early on in the first half that beat Babila and the goalkeeper. Kelson Zangpo did not expect the gap on that back post. Easily capitalized, a little bit of flair, all it took to net the opener, but solid performances again. Kudos to not only Tenchi Gelson, but to the rest of the team who put it on the platter for the legend to finish up front. Every Dragon donning the orange jersey today has pulled their weight.
Substitution for Brunei, jersey number 14.
More often than not, it is simply a battle against ourselves where we end up losing due to simple mistakes, due to a lack of composure, due to impatience, which we are seeing our boys do very, very well with today. Their short passes have never been sharper. Brilliant ball. Space for Dautring. Gets it back from Tencho. Ambitious on that left foot. Vampire with his first proper attempt. Definitely a super sub for the Dragons. Pema Zangpo from RTC will be a player to keep your eye on. Yes, there is a sub coming in. It is Nima Gelson.
Substitution for Bhutan.
Coming in for Kinga Wangchu.
Kinga Wangchu is replaced by jersey number 30.
There was that left foot. Amazing confidence from the number 8. We do know that he has the potential. It is a shot he is comfortable with. So no fault at the man at all for taking that shot. There is the new sub, Nima Gelson. Brilliant read on that. Saw his man, saw his runner. Just a tad too far out. Stolen away again. Brunei panicking as Bhutan ever so slowly edges their way. Towards the Brunei post. Ball sent out long, slapped away. Corner has been given, I think. But the linesman disagrees. Goal kick awarded. Also, Bhutan did use a lot of substitutions. Chimitsitim, brilliant view from the midfielder, was substituted early on. A couple of the changes as well that brought Pema Zangpo in. Kinga Wangchu, the starting right wing, was sent out right now. I mean, substituted off. Hopefully, the quantity of substitutions simply did not affect the quality of play, the quality of momentum that Bhutan has obtained so far. A bit too hard on that challenge. Brilliant effort from Shep Dochi. The only question now is who will that free kick go to? We already know number 14, Darussalam, has basically cannons at his feet. But if you've watched the qualifiers or even seen the highlights, Sinch Kelson from his run with the Thunderbolts or Thimphu FC in the qualifiers, his success rate with the free kick has been absolutely phenomenal. I believe it was a 2 of 4 or 2 of 3 on his free kick success rate. His first 2 converted, but this time it is an unfortunate swerve way above and beyond. Well, we can't really be mad at that. It was the best odds we had at that set piece. It was taken by the best man we had on the field today. He is on a hot streak, already 2 goals in the first half. Brilliant defending there by the Dragons, but a bit too hard on that challenge, and it will be BRUNEI's possession to work with. BRUNEI looks like they will be sending it long. Their short passes have not worked against the compact defending from Bhutan, which we've seen has denied BRUNEI many opportunities. This time, a send long, not quite on target, had the pace, had the trajectory. Just not quite enough in the accuracy department, and it will be anyone's ball at this point, and it does go out for a throw-in. Right now, the scoreline is in favor of Bhutan. We do have the brilliant brace from CG7. But at the same time, 1 goal margin is nothing to rest easy with. A flash of hot streaks can change the storyline in moments. And as such, the Dragons will need to keep up their form and hopefully come into this match with a couple more of their own in the second half in order to guarantee that lead. I mean, the first half was the best performance we've ever witnessed, especially in the drought of losses in the last couple of years. And right now we do have a very, very young team. This is the senior squad indeed. This is our fully fledged Dragons. But I believe 9 of them are coming off of their under-23 campaign. The mass exodus to Australia definitely affecting all forms of life, even the beloved sport we love. Plethora of substitutions coming in, by the way. BRUNEI. They are having an issue with their conditioning right now. Players are falling down and again. This match is getting quite physical. Also, my sincerest apologies again if my style is affecting your viewing experience, but I am still learning. But I know that that is not an excuse, so I will try to take in your comments and work accordingly. First off, apologies for using nicknames. They are popular, most people do not know their real names, so I assume that their nicknames would make sense. But if they are family, I will have to respect their wishes, first of all. So yeah, my sincerest apologies, and let's resume play. It is BRUNEI. Plenty of fresh legs to work with, so does Bhutan. After that brilliant form in the first half, Bhutan is struggling quite a bit. They have been getting slowly, ever so slowly, impatient by the minute. And again on that challenge we have another down man, but unfortunately it seems like St. Gelson is limping. He is brushing it off, but his gait does seem a bit off. But it seems like it has been brushed off. Brilliant timing to extend that foot by Nyimongdi, the captain. Again, a bit of brutal contact there on that right flank. Tashi, the first yellow card from the side of Bhutan. Doesn't look like it was intentional, but it was quite devastating. Man did go down quite hard. It is the number 10 again from BRUNEI. Well, believe it or not, his name is Hakimi. Does have the power from his side as well. Early on, made that attempt from all the way off from the center line. And this time he is much closer. Will be looking to strike from distance. Again, the same spot on that left side. Close call there. But no sweat for our goalkeeper, Gelson Zangpo. There was that replay. Brilliant power, brilliant dip. Just not quite enough on target. Also, to our fans who are just tuning in, This match is part of the AFC qualifier, AFC 2027 qualifiers down in Saudi Arabia, I believe. We have already played all our matches against Lebanon, against Yemen, and the first match against this very team, Brunei, which we lost 2-1. And as such, we are currently at the bottom of our group, where we are down at 1 point coming from our one draw. Brunei does have 3 points, which they got from their win against us. So if we win this, we will be up to 4 points. But since Lebanon and Yemen are all the way on the top, we will have no chance of going through whatsoever. This may only affect our FIFA rankings and maybe a little rankings here and there, but other than that, this match does not have any major consequences. And there we have a beautiful sight on our screen. So many countrymen and women all the way in a foreign country showing their love for our dragons. One of the first proper runs in a while. It is Dotsering at the end of it. Back heel flick does not quite manage to get its way to its target. Pimo Zangpo did not expect that, but this time his positioning is perfect. Brilliant turnaround, only one to beat. This time his shot is ducked. Brilliant vision from the referee. Brilliant effort from Pimo Zangpo. Wanted an option. Did not quite get there. Very, very harsh challenge there from Brunei, and it will be a free kick in quite a dangerous area. Our first 2 goals did come by the way of 2 absolutely brilliant, authoritative headings from CG7. Also, if you follow the Bhutan Football Federation page, we did see Tensung's captain listed as a forward. So it would have been a nice sight to see the giant play up front, especially against a team like Brunei where we are physically matched. Left foot cross goes in. Anyone's ball. Pandemonium up front. Goal deflected. Close call there. Brilliant power on that shot. Brilliant read nonetheless from the goalkeeper of Brunei, and it will go out. There was that replay again. Pandemonium up front. Brilliant hustle. Does not quite make its way past the goalkeeper. There's no more brilliant effort nonetheless, as Gelson Sangpo on the other end with a couple of antiques of his own. Bhutan. Less than 13 minutes. A brilliant cut in. Left foot cross does not quite make it. Jitsin, brilliant effort on that left. Brunei, intense pressure against him by our forwards. No choice but to send it out back. It is Tenzin Norbu winning that battle. Sends it back to Gelson Zangpo, and it will be a reset. Bhutan will get the opportunity again. Tenji Kelton triple teamed. Brilliant pass there. Erratic recovery from Brunei. It will be a throw-in for Bhutan. There was that effort from Jitsin. Left-footed cross. Not quite enough elevation. Tensung's captain was there. Som Punso. A couple of words exchanged there. Frustrations obviously growing. It is Bhutan coming up on top of that possession. Brilliant pass forward by Sompunso. Ball on that right mid. All the time, all the space in the world to work with. It is Sompunso up front. Fully extended. The goalkeeper couldn't, almost lost it. Absolute giant up front this time for Bhutan. I do believe he is somewhere in the 190s in terms of height. 6'4", I believe, as per the reports I've seen. And that height is proving to be quite useful. Also, number 8 for Bhutan is Pema Zangpo. Lovingly called Vampire. One of the best talents in midfield that Bhutan has. One of the key cornerstones for the side of RTC FC. It will be interesting to see these players back in BOB Premier League. This time we are seeing 2 teams come back in. Samsi FC were relegated. They do not look like they will be coming back in anytime soon. It is Namla FC who has rebranded themselves. They are coming in with a new club name, if you haven't followed. Alongside Thimphu FC, the Thunderbolts, who are returning to their proper spots after dropping the qualifiers. Zangpo. Ball played long. All the trust in the world in Sompunso. Sinchigelson, brilliant touch. Second time was knocked down. Referee does not see enough to warrant a whistle. Also, to our fans who do not follow Bhutanese football, Sompunso is a centre-back. He is one of the reasons why Tensung FC are placed the way they are. He is the main reason why teams who coming after high-scoring games struggle to score against Tensung FC. And this time, it seems like he will be playing up front. So do let me know if you think we can expect a goal out of the captain here today, the Tensung captain. But other than that, Bhutan, solid football. Less than 10 minutes remaining inside the game so far. BRUNEI failed header. It is sent out to Jitin. Brilliant pass played out. Sinchigelson, left foot goes up. Sompunso, not quite there at the end of it. The ball is recovered. A mispass there on that pressure, and BRUNEI is back on the counter again. Brilliant bit of footwork. Chipped high right into Gelson Zangpo. Tenzin Norbu again proving why he was a call-up all the way down from Australia. He does play for a state club. And so far his talents have been no less than amazing. For the Dragons, it is Sinchigelson up front, beats his first, does not beat his second. Brilliant timing on that tackle, but it will be the Dragons again with possession. There is the defender down after the challenge on Sinchigelson. An obvious risk of the small shin guards we see players wearing today. As another player is down from BRUNEI. Less than 10 minutes remain. Might be a bit more extra time this time around due to all the stoppages. But Bhutan still only has a 1-goal lead. It is still 2-1. There is the giant, heads and shoulders above all the others. Physicality is often one major department that we lose out to in international matches. But as the years go by, we are seeing an influx of proper height amidst our younger players. Even if you've watched the qualifiers, you would have noticed that the under 17s who were participating gave a run for their money to every other team in terms of physicality. We did see a couple of key players in their number 5, from Tochi, their captain. So it will be interesting to see what direction Brunei's football goes towards as these youngsters fill up the roster spots in the senior teams in a couple of years. Ball sent on long. It is Punto at the end of it again. Does not quite beat that challenge. And the ball is sent out for a throw-in. Brunei looking to get immediately back on the counter, but Pemazampo there to deny it. Bhutan definitely winning the mind games. They are playing on the side of Brunei this time around. Brunei's attack shut off. This is Normal looking like a giant among the Brunei strikers right now. Jitin. Hail Mary sent out. Somfunso misses. The end of it again. Header does not quite find its target. But brilliant pressure nonetheless. To send it out for a throw-in from the side of the Brunei's forwards. Internationally, this is one of the closest matchups we've had. Bhutan, this time in this match, is the bigger country. Fun fact, going into this match, we are actually quite larger than Brunei. And even in terms of population, we have the larger amount of people. The only difference is that they have quite a stark, very high urban population, and as such, their footballing prowess is pretty much level with ours. And so far, these Dragons are taking full advantage of the opportunity in front of them. We did lose out, unfortunate, in that 2-1 loss. It was an unfortunate own goal from a miscommunication in the back line. Kamatsitim, who is now in Australia, sent that back pass, which the goalkeeper misjudged. And as such, we end up coming into this match with a loss against Brunei already. There is again the beautiful sight of Brunei's flag flown down in Guwahati as Niwongdi throwing. No contact there. It is Sejik Gelson, ambitious on that kick. But not quite enough balance from the veteran. Also, with regards to the jersey, I do believe that the Bhutanese players, and with Bhutan being a close community, you can just directly contact the person himself and ask him for his jersey. These players are quite easy to get a hold of, so yeah, best of luck with that. As we see again a costly slip up from the side of Brunei as the pressure is mounting. We are at the last minute and awaiting the signal for stoppage time. There is that throw-in played. Sompunto wins the header, but not quite enough accuracy from the Denton captain.
Additional time 6 minutes.
Close call there. Finally a positive effort from the Giant. There was that ball again. Punso just quite couldn't guide that ball. And there it is, 6 more minutes of extra time added until we hear the final whistle. So Punso again, massive effort from the Giant. There is Nimongdi. He has lost his brother from the national team as he did go off to Australia. One of the better talents in the defense we've seen does play for BRUNEI as well. But so far Bhutan looking ever the more stronger. There was that shove from behind by Sompunso. Brunei, brilliant bit of flair there. Clean contact, man down. The play develops, it is Sompunso. Sent down on that challenge. Definitely struggling out of position. He is naturally a centre-back and his play style definitely fits his position in back, where he doesn't really have to worry that much about flair and finesse. But right now he is placed up front. And it does seem like he is struggling quite a bit. As a defender, he is very, very excellent. But this time around, we are yet to see a proper attempt from the big man. Brunei. There was that first goal from their side. Brilliant finesse from Hakimi. And this time it will be him again. He does have the shot power if he wants to go for the goalpost directly, but this time it is a far out back header off the top of the crossbar. And Bhutan saved from immediate danger. Less than 3 minutes remain. A goal kick for Bhutan is played far out to the right, throw-in for Brunei. Although table-wise and in terms of the qualifier group, this is a consequences match, but Bhutan has not seen a victory in quite a long while. This will be a wholesome change of pace. The goalkeeper duking the captain. Sompunso couldn't quite get to the challenge in time. The yellow card is shown to Pemasongpo. Immediate resumption of play. Brunei definitely feeling the burden of the ticking seconds. Cross played in. Hakimi, back post. Ball kept alive, headed away. Still alive. But no cherry on that cake, as it will be again a goalkeeper. A goal kick. It was that reckless shove from Pemasongpo. Bhutan will have to do their best to hold on to the lead that they have right now. This is the closest we've ever been to a victory. And as such, it will be extremely crucial for our players to maintain their patience and their discipline. In football, we see no shortage of last-minute heroics. And at this point, we will have to pray that no such drama happens against the Dragons out there in Guwahati today. Also, my sincerest apologies if I am being biased. But I did not receive any training whatsoever. I have no prior experience. And as such, I am simply going by gut feeling. And as a Bhutanese, I feel like I have no choice but to pray for a win for our Dragons down in Guwahati today. So do excuse me for this. Seconds away from glory. Seconds away from celebrating win after quite a while. And seconds away from our Dragons getting a massive confidence boost. And there it is. There is the man, Tencha Gelson, clawed Bhutan back from the 1-0 lead that Brunei had. There's our countrymen celebrating in the stands, and it will be devastating for Brunei, as we at least end this qualifier table in third place out of 14th. A celebration we haven't gotten to experience in a while. They will be welcomed back as heroes. A victory that was well beyond our reach in our last couple of matches. But so far, brilliant football. Definitely the best we've seen from our Dragons. Definitely a glimpse of the full potential that our boys have going forward. Expectations will be high. Tencha Gelson silencing all the questions directed towards him today. Belden Dukwa Gelo indeed, as Bhutan ends this match against Brunei 2-1. Beautiful football from our Dragons. Definitely outshining the youngsters this time around, which is not a storyline. We get to see all smiles, all celebrations. Hopefully we do get an insight into their celebrations on social media in a while. But until then, ladies and gentlemen, hopefully today's match was within your expectations. Hopefully we did see a lot of questions being answered by the players who were chosen to represent the national team. And until then, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in. Do show your love and support to our players in our YouTube channel and in Bhutan Football Federation's Facebook page. Do give them some love, do give them some respect. If it doesn't help for all, it will at least help their confidence and their pride. Until then, thank you for tuning in. This was Sugantesh Doji signing out for Bhutan Football Federation.